Welcome back to Smith History, separating the Smith from the myth, where the stories are true, the memories are accurate as I see them, and the exaggerations are, well, they're part of the Smith tradition. Today I'm traveling back to 1974, a year when America was grooving to the way we were, laughing at Blazing Saddles, and glued to All in the Family. A year when technology meant your phone was attached to the wall. We didn't know what a computer or the internet was. And the Smith family had moved to Phoenix again. Now, we had taken a vacation in Phoenix in 1973, and our mom and dad liked the heat so much they decided to move us there permanently. Because nothing says fresh start like relocating 5 boys to the surface of the sun. In 1974, I was 16, tall, lanky, and still growing. Jeff was almost 15. The twins, Rick and Randy, almost 12. And Kyle was almost 3, which meant he was small, cute, and completely unaware of the chaos swirling around him. He was along for the ride. Jeff and the twins were what polite society calls diminutive. I called them short. Meanwhile, I was over 6 feet tall and still climbing. When we played football, I didn't just tower over them, I blotted out their sun. I could have invented the phrase, "You just got mossed," except in our case, it would have been, "You just got smithed." But while we were busy being boys, something serious was happening. We just didn't know it. Jeff had a lump on his throat, a nodule that kept getting bigger. And by the time we arrived in Phoenix, it was noticeable. Even Mom, the woman who once said, "I'm raising men," was worried. Now, for those who don't know, a goiter is an enlargement of the thyroid gland. That little butterfly-shaped organ in your neck. It controls your metabolism. In 1974, treatment often meant surgery, especially if the swelling threatened breathing or swallowing. Surgeons would make incision at the base of the neck, carefully remove part or all of the thyroid, and hope the vocal cords and nerves stayed intact. It was a delicate surgery and serious work. And Jeff, our small but mighty brother, needed that surgery. Mom and Dad did not have steady jobs yet. We had just gotten to Phoenix. They had no insurance, no real savings. But they took Jeff to Phoenix General Hospital anyway. That's what parents do when the stakes are high. He was admitted, and on the day of surgery, Mom and Dad took him in, and then, because it was 1974 and parenting was a different sport back then, they left him there overnight, alone. 15 years old, in a new city, in a big hospital. There was no coddling, no hovering, no, "Sweetie, are you okay?" Not from my parents in 1974. It was just, "You'll be fine. We'll see you tomorrow." And again, Mom had a philosophy. I'm raising men, not wimps. And boy, did she mean it. Well, the next day, we all piled into the car to visit Jeff. When we got to his room, he wasn't there. Mom and Dad eventually found him shuffling down the hallway, holding onto the railing, wearing a hospital gown that, thank God, was tied in the back. The nurses had made sure of that. They weren't about to let a Smith boy get written up for indecent exposure. I remember that day well. He looked frail, thin, gaunt. like a little old man taking his first steps after a long winter. As a teenager, I didn't grasp the seriousness. We were too busy fighting over sandwiches, TV shows, and who got the last cookie. But looking back now, he was sick, really sick. And yet, the surgeon, nameless to history, but heroic in our family lore, did a remarkable job. Jeff recovered. And then something incredible happened. Jeff had a metamorphosis. He grew and grew and grew. Nearly 12 inches in a year. He went from diminutive to I'm ready to play with the big boys in one Phoenix summer. It was like watching a moth turn into a butterfly. Except now, the butterfly could run faster, jump higher, and he might even steal my sandwich before I even noticed. Life after Jeff's surgery seemed to improve things. Dad got a job as security guard at Phoenix General. I even got one as an orderly. I got a free lunch every day, and I still remember how good that food was, and it was hospital food. That's how hungry teenage boys were in our household. And believe it or not, I still have that name badge and picture from those days, 51 years later. Phoenix General is gone now, but the memories, they linger. Looking back, as kids, we didn't know how sick Jeff was. We just didn't understand how close we came to losing him. But he healed, he grew, he thrived. And when I look back now, I see God's hand all over our travels and adventures in Phoenix, protecting us from wrong-way drivers, breakdowns in the middle of the night, dust storms in downtown Phoenix, and a medical crisis that could have gone another way. Time after time, God was there. And that's why I tell these stories, to separate the Smith from the myth, and to remember the grace that carried us. And that's our podcast for today. Jeff went from diminutive to standing tall. I'm your host, Brian Smith, and this has been Smith History.